All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship-shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of meat in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll dig up a great deal for you.
Eye-patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right. We're back. We're live. And, dare I say, on time. Closer to on time. We'll put it that way. Almost would have been late. Thankfully, Chuck kind of, lit the burners, said, hey, let's get this thing moving. Either way, spot price. Oh, another thing too. We're doing a little testing tonight. We are still multicasting, so we are streaming over to Facebook, but for those that are viewing on Facebook, your comment may not be noticed. So if you want your comment to be noticed, we invite everyone to come on over and join the rest of us over here on the YouTube side, where I will try to keep an eye on the comments. Not saying I'll do the best job, but we'll see what happens. Either way, spot price for those interested in the spot. Gold, $3,277.40 minutes before we went live here in the studios at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on this fine Wednesday, May 28th, as we're chugging along closer and closer to swing into summer. Silver, $33.09 on the ounce. Big thanks to Dennis for keeping us up to date on the spot price. Always appreciated. We see that the Bills are in, Bortners are in, Mark, Frankie Juarez is in the house, and Chuck is bouncing around here somewhere. We will get him in as well.
How's it going?
How's it going, Chuck?
It's going well. I'm on
Yeah.
the banks of the mighty Mississippi. And if you take a look over there, the locals are coming by. I think I've got them on camera.
Oh.
The noisy
Yeah.
neighbors.
Yeah.
We're out on the riverbank. I don't know. I was listening. I get a little fuzzy out of you out here, but we're hooked up and nice night on the river.
Wow. Yeah, people get to enjoy a little bit of the outdoors.
If the river gets down all the way, I got a little chainsawing to do down there. Lost a couple maples. We got to cut them up, clear it up, have a bonfire one night, and roast some marshmallows.
Yeah. Looks like you're going to have to let that stuff dry out a little bit before you do your bonfire.
Yeah, I think it's dry though.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Nope.
And another thing I should mention too. Oh, there's Barb. Barb's in. Randy DeMario's in. Randy found himself 5 Mile Relic Hunter in the house. Randy found himself quite a very nice Standing Liberty quarter recently.
Yes, he did.
Meyer in the house. I'm telling you what,
Richard.
just at a glance, I wish I could have found a picture of the reverse of it. And it's a little hard to tell with the dirt on it, but that may be a 17 Type 1.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me anyway. That is a heck of a coin.
Yes, it is.
And I mean, that's a dug coin. You can see the dirt on it, but to find a 17 Type 1 in that condition, man, that guy is on fire.
Yep. Congrats.
He ought to be hunting with Emery and, the rest of the Barks Dig team.
Yep. So anyway, we got some news to tell people tonight. And
yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. This is to our listeners out there. And I talked with Tim Rushing and Bob Voss in the club.
Voss. Yeah.
And they've opened up. We have a Manicore, and it's a standalone raffle. And we're going to allow you to buy tickets.
Yeah, whether you can attend Swing Into Summer or not. And
right.
I think that the big thing for people to remember here is that, you hear raffles going on and you wonder, okay, but if I'm buying a ticket online, am I really getting into the drawing? And yes, you are. Matter of fact,
yes,
a few years ago, Chuck ran a raffle for a D2, and we did it the same way, where you could purchase online or in person. And James Ofar, I believe, out of Alaska, won that dais from purchasing a online raffle ticket.
And he
was absolutely thrilled.
And we did another one, if I'm not mistaken, on an 800 that went to Wisconsin.
Wow. See, so it pays to be a listener of the show, and it pays to purchase them online tickets.
And you send the money to their account via friends and family, PayPal. The link is in the Facebook page. Josh, I believe, has the link, and you get a crack at it. And they're straight $10 a ticket, folks. And I would, you got 3 weeks. Get in on it. If you aren't coming to hunt directly, we're allowing the listeners on Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound to join in to get a chance at a brand
Right.
new core.
And I think a good thing to mention here is that we want to make sure that everybody knows this. You've got to send the money, PayPal, friends, and family, and make sure. Should they put something in the memo, or should they just send? Well, I don't know. Is Bob
Well,
even
they
on
should have a
Facebook?
name and a phone number for him to log on the ticket. He has the tickets there. He'll write your name and phone on it and throw your ticket in the box. And that's for the Manicore ahead of time. And then it'll be raffled at the meet and greet. We'll be selling tickets at the meet and greet during the day of the hunt and then draw for it on the hunt afternoon.
Right.
Right.
And for those that are interested, at least on my end of the screen, it looks like I got it into the YouTube chat.
Right.
That the PayPal address for that is ianditreasurer@gmail.com.
Yep.
And that's just like it sounds. That's IANDI treasurer@gmail.com.
And
And that
Bob said
is
start it tonight.
and that is the PayPal address. $10 a ticket will get you into the Manicore raffle. You do not have to be present to win. So if you are not attending Swing into Summer, this is a chance for you to get one heck of a machine. Let me tell you, I know, what was that, 2 years ago now? There was a Manicore raffled off at Detecting the Heartland that I actually won.
Yep.
And it only takes one ticket.
But you can buy more.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we don't care. We'll sell you all the tickets you want.
Yep.
But you at least want to buy one.
Yep.
And hey, look at it this way. Whether you buy one ticket or whether you buy 10 tickets, you can't shake a stick at that deal. A Manicore, what's map on a Manicore now? $1,600, something like that.
That is MAP. The sale is still on till the end of the month, and you save about $400 on it, $12.99. So,
Okay.
but after that,
Well,
the prices are spiking back up again, and it's a dandy machine.
Well, even at $1,300, I'd be tickled pink if I bought $100 worth of raffle tickets and won one.
Yep. Yep. So that's on. That's going. That's open to you right now. And for a $10 bill and a chance at a Manicore, go for it.
Absolutely.
And we thank Mind Lab for that Manicore. And Debbie.
Yes, we do. Yes,
And
we do.
Yep, we appreciate that. So, and if you're coming to the hunt and you're signed up for the hunt, there's going to be a DS2 out there somewhere to be found. Token for it.
Yeah, details to come on that one. You people aren't going to want to miss it.
I think there'll be a Legend 2 up for grabs somehow. They haven't decided how they're doing that one yet.
Between raffles and prizes in the kids hunt, the main seated hunts, all of that, the folks that are in attendance are looking at 14 machines?
Somewhere in that vicinity. Yep.
I mean, I know there's a Vortex.
Hey, we've got from Mind Lab, we got the Manicore. We've got a 540, we've got a 340, and then from Nutka, our main sponsor, I'm thinking we've got a Legend, we've got, 3 or 4 middies out in the kids hunt. We've got a Vortex 9 from Garrett, and they've got that problem pretty well solved that's been going on, and understanding what has to be done and telling you how to fix it when you get it. But if you have a current update, no problem. So we've got some of the top of the
Right.
line detectors and plenty of others, and there'll be silver and silver dollars. There's 10 silver dollars out that hunt, tokens for those, and Morgans. So, and there'll be other raffles there and prize wheels and all kinds of good stuff going on. A surprise announcement by the NACA reps, and they'll be there the day of the hunt. They are not making meet and greet because their flights are getting in too late. So unfortunately, Select won't be there for
Right.
meet and greet, and Mark. So, but they'll be there the next day, and we'll have a good time. And then we've got KG and Ringy, of course. Come hang with the boys; they're always fun.
Oh, yeah. Just don't leave your phone unattended.
That is correct. And you know, one of them left their phone unattended, and his partner got a hold of it and brought it over, and he has a couple hundred new pictures on his phone
Yeah,
from the
that was
BTH hunt.
funny. That was funny.
Yeah. So it's always fun and good time. And I know some of our stalwarts on the channel are going to be there. Josh Kimmel,
I've heard that.
I've heard that. Barb,
Oh,
I've
yeah,
heard
I've
she's
heard that
showing up.
too.
Oh my goodness, that just, oh wow. Richard Cookmeyer will be there and plenty of others, and we can have a good chat with all our friends off of the show here.
Yes, sir. Illinois will, well, it may not be the same.
That's right. That's right. So that's tonight's announcement. And then I saw briefly a post, and I cannot find it. I went back to look for that post, tried to Google it. I don't know which site put it up, but they had a
Yeah. Hot on the
UFO.
heels of our show.
What's that?
I said hot on the heels of
Yeah.
our show.
Right after that show, they had a UFO crash out at Skinwalker Ranch, according to what I saw. And if you believe everything online, it looked like and I told Josh this, a World War II vintage fuel tank that they used to eject. It was a bullet-shaped aluminum deal. So I don't know, but I briefly saw it and thought I'll go back to it, and I can't find it now. So I went to Skinwalker Ranch, and there was no announcement of it there. And but hey, you know, and then I sent Josh a post of a Bigfoot sighting.
Yeah, and I may post that up.
That's funny.
Yes, it is.
So, you know, it just kind of the type of things that make you go, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Definitely. And we actually the club wasn't sure if they wanted to open this up online sales, but between me and Chuck and Tim, we kind of strong-armed them into it.
Yep. So
And there it
we
is
worked
in
on
the
it.
chat. I've got the PayPal address, $10 a ticket, friends and family PayPal, include name and number in memo.
Yep.
So there you go, folks. This is your chance. And I mean, Bob said we could go ahead and run with it tonight. We're letting it
Yep.
loose now for everybody listening. So please go
And
buy some
Bob says
tickets.
all he needs is a name and a good clear phone number on the ticket or on the purchase, and he'll write your name and number on, throw a ticket in the jar for you. We got to have some way to contact you.
Yep. So
Or if you got it,
please,
even if you got an address sticker, stick it on the, you know, take a picture, whatever, if it would work on your order. I don't know if you can get through that on PayPal, but make sure you have your name and phone number for us, address, everything good and clear on there.
right. So please go buy some tickets, folks. Let them know
Yes,
that you're
yes,
listening.
yes, yes.
And
So
Barb wants to know if you've got Birdie out with you.
she's over in her kennel right now,
Ah, okay.
but I could take a walk over here in a minute.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Right now, I just got my friends flying around and drifting by.
Right.
Yep. It's a quiet night
But
on the
yeah,
river.
sometimes it pays to get them tickets, folks, and hey, it gets
And
you in for the running.
those of you coming, you're going to be hunting on the banks of this river.
Yeah, yeah, kind of a little bit of a preview for them. Little different perspective than what they'll be seeing, but a little bit of a preview.
And I'll give you a little history of where I'm sitting right now. Back in the 1880s, 1870s, and you can see it on a map. This was called the old maps, Scott's Landing. This is where the steamboats came in. Just to the north of me, which I just swung to, was a place called Kimcora Beach. Kimcora Beach, the channel ran on the Iowa side. You're looking into Iowa over there. And they would come around. There was a cut here. They would land here, and they were steam packets from Clinton, Iowa, and the Quad Cities. And they bring hundreds of people up a day to swim on Kimcora Beach. Now, when I first got a detector back in the early 70s, I lived just north of here, about 15 places. And I'd work these banks because the old original, what do I want to say, hotels, there were huge cabins with multiple rooms. They'd rent rooms, stay here all weekend. There was a couple old bars. And right up through the 20s, there were speakeasies out here. And it was pretty good hunting. But since then, they tore down all those places and put up big homes. But I still have the beach, and I can go down here, which would be to my left-hand side. I can still work it when the water's low enough. I get into they worked on them here too, and
Yeah,
there were a lot of copper pieces thrown in on this riverbank. I still find them. And
yeah.
Frank
A lot of aluminum nuggets too.
Frank Juarez actually found a nameplate to one of the steam packets, a brass one. He's got it at his house. So, and I found a
What?
steamboat. Yep, and I found a steamboat captain's hat piece, which had two pieces of jade, and it would have had ruby eyes, but unfortunately, time and the
Washed it
rubies
out.
were gone. But I actually have a steamboat captain's hat pin.
I remember the hat pin. I don't remember. Frank found the nameplate on your beach?
Just one down because it was a large
Oh,
landing area here. It could accommodate 4 to 5 packets in here at a time.
and we can't see the monument where he found that from where you're at,
No,
right?
right now that's underwater. River's up a little, not much. It's up about a foot, and it'll get down to normal here, and I'll pick up about another 4 feet of beach down here.
Right.
Yep.
And Dennis apparently proving that the power of the caramels sides with him. Today is Ray Grip's birthday.
Yes,
So happy birthday to Ray Grip.
he was and is one of my longest friends in the hobby. We hunted together. Caroline and him and Jill and I would take off on some adventures. We go down into Missouri. We go up through Wisconsin, and we developed. We hit some spots that would blow your mind. I went with him down to the only spot there was a northern one of the northernmost battles, they call it, of the Civil War down on the Missouri-Iowa border, where the Confederates were firing on them across the Des Moines River, and they had a one-day skirmish.
Skirmish.
Yeah, but now that's all closed off. But at that time, we found a few things. We found drop minis and round ball and all kinds of stuff. But I think a couple nice buttons come up after that. So he and I have traveled extensively. He and I sold a lot of A.H. Pro and Compass detectors.
And if Ray's around at Swing Into Summer and he's got his vest, you will not miss him.
No, you won't miss him. And if you have patches, he likes to trade for detecting patches and that type of stuff. That's his hobby on the side there.
Yep.
Caroline was pretty good with a detector too, let me tell you.
Yeah, he does like to show them patches off too.
Yes, and they were witnesses to my wife Jill finding all the Indian head pennies in one spot and complaining to me she wasn't finding silver.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, man,
Yeah.
that's a heck of a problem to have, isn't it?
There was she had a couple of handfuls of some pretty nice Indian heads. And she said, "Oh, I can find these damn pennies." Well, it was actually the original penny pitch for the fairgrounds that sat around through the park and the courthouse. And I talked with a gentleman at that time. It was probably in his 80s, close to 90. And he was telling me where everything sat. So where he pointed, I went over and I picked up a couple Indians and I got Jill started up with a backpacker by
Oh, the A.H. Pro backpacker.
And she just hammered it. I mean, she was just taking early wheats, Indians, and if I'm not mistaken, she got one Civil War token also. I think she's got that put away. That was a pretty nice one, pretty clean.
Right.
It had the flags on the back, and it was some store up in Sparta, Wisconsin. I walked over there. I got in trouble. I showed her a nice Barber half I found and a Walker. I got in two halves. I had Mercs, I had Barbers, and she says, "Why am I
I've got his
finding
Indians."
pennies?" And she's pulling them out, and I'm looking at her. And Ray come over. He goes, "Oh my God, where'd you get them?" And she said, "Right over there. That old man told us where that penny pitch was at back in the day every year." Ray looked at me. I said, "She's not happy. She didn't get silver."
Yep.
Yep.
Some people sometimes, that's
Yeah,
just like with Gary Drayton.
Yep. The only one who was Indian pennies and find silver dollars and flying eagle cents.
Yeah. Some
Tough
people just
problem,
don't
right?
realize. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
And I see digging buddies in the house too.
Oh, hey, digging buddy. I can't see. I'll turn it around now. I can't see the chat. If I switch to the chat, then I can't get back into the studio. So we'll take a walk.
Well, you can get back into the studio. It just may take you a minute.
Yeah, I just have to get in. So everybody on the chat, hi.
Yep. And Dennis made sure to wish Ray a happy birthday because we posted it up in the Beyond Sight Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound group. And Dennis also thought that he should include, if anybody wants to know just how old dirt is, all you got to do is ask Ray.
Right. Yeah, Birdie's in the kennel here. What you doing, dog? Huh, Birdie? Well, bring her over. She's no little puppy anymore. What you doing?
She had some big paws to grow into.
Want to say hi to everybody? Can you give them a boot? Oh, you need brushed off. Yeah, we'll bring you in a little while. Can you say hi? Huh? See if I can get you squared. Here.
Oh, there you go.
We got her on.
There's Birdie.
There's the
little
dog.
Lower. There you go. Yeah, there's Birdie.
Well, fetch it up.
Man.
Yeah, that's a girl.
She's getting big.
She's getting to be a big dog. And she's really working good for me. We put this in because if we have to leave, it's not fair to keep her in a box. We put her out here, and then the rest of the
No.
time she runs free with
Yep.
us in the
She
house and stuff.
outdoors and got a nice
Super good.
pad, and yeah, works out
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So she's a pretty good pup. She here, say hi to him. Yeah, get right up there. Give him a big
Yeah.
sniff.
Yep.
So, nope, and a sneeze. At least I turned the phone on that one. Good girl. Good pup. But anyway,
Yep.
we
She's liable to get your screen all smeared up.
oh yeah. Yeah. Labs taste everything, I swear.
Oh yeah. Well,
So
I don't know. Sometimes I think diggers do too, because we know what dirt tastes like. But seeing Digging Buddy in the chat too reminds me I posted it on the Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound page, the Beyond Sight and Sound page, and the Ohio Relic Hunter group, because
right.
it primarily has significance to those that are in or from Ohio, but some people may remember a little tune called Hang On Sloopy. And it is basically the Ohio State anthem. And that was done by a group called the McCoys back in the late 60s. And Rick Derringer, who is local for me, passed away the other day at the age of 77. And that was his group and his song. And you don't pass a band playing or a parade where you don't hear at least part of that song at some point, if not the whole song, multiple times.
Yeah. It's kind of their anthem, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And if you ever watch, not that I watch that much football, but if you ever watch a Ohio State game, you're going to hear it at some point in that game, I swear.
Right. Right. Some of
But
Jill's flower gardens that she's got all over. Yeah,
ah,
just walking around the yard. We got all kinds of stuff in here. But
yep. Bill Hayes says, remember, Chuck, everything goes through the lab.
yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Yep. Yep. It all has to pass the seal of approval.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Sniff test, taste test.
Yep.
And if it really makes the grade, she may eat it.
Yeah. May eat it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
But she is certainly getting big.
Yeah, she's a big girl. She weighs what, 54 pounds?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair share more than what she weighed when you brought her home.
Yep, and she is fast. That dog's got wheels, man. I take her out
Yeah.
and we have some fun, but I work her too and getting ready for a little upland game action with her.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And
Hopefully.
it looks like on the banks of the Mississippi the sun is just starting to set.
Yep, it's getting down there. It's calm. Wind died down. 70 degrees out. We'll take it.
Yeah, we ain't getting nothing like that here in Ohio.
So, well,
It's just been overcast and spotty rain and chilly and
right.
blah.
So, if you take a look down, that's the kind of beach I get a hunt on. And if you see that dark layer out front there, I don't know if you can tell it from where you're looking because I can't see what I'm showing you
Right.
exactly. There's about 2 inches of sand there, and you get underneath, and it's
Mud.
gravel and good old Mississippi mud. But if you notice, there is a lot of black sand in it. A lot of
Uh-huh.
and I've panned it. I have never found a piece here, but to the north of us, a couple places where the streams dump in out of northern Iowa, they get some fine gold right as they empty into the river.
Oh, right where they empty into.
Yep.
Nice.
But it's a lot of work for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean dust.
Yeah.
I've got
By a
some.
little bit, I mean a
I've
little
got some
bit.
up there, Wisconsin, northern Iowa.
Right.
Challenge was met.
Wow. Looks like you got a lot of heavy cloud cover rolling in too.
Oh, it's passed through. We're actually on
Or
the
out.
out. It's heading out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little chance of some showers tonight, they're saying, but clear again tomorrow. And next week, mid to upper 80s. Hello, June.
Yep. Well, it's about time because here in Ohio it's unseasonable.
A little
I mean,
cold, huh?
yeah. Meanwhile, Detect America, DA Frank, he's posting up that today the real feel was 103 and he thought it was going to be hot.
Well, welcome to Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway,
Let's see. What is Ohio Relic Hunter trying to get my attention about?
what's up, LH?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just saw the channel name light up. Okay, maybe this is it. Chuck, do you have many commercial barges passing by?
Yes, it's been very busy.
Usually,
I was kind of hoping we'd have an up or down bound go by while I was doing this for you tonight. But right now, I only have one boat upbound coming, and it's not a tow. It's just can't tell if that's core. No, it's not the Corps of Engineers. It might be DNR coming up. I don't know if you can see across the river there, but they're buzzing up. Wrong
yeah,
colors. Just the wrong colors.
never a dull moment. There's usually something passing by. It's a busy waterway.
Well, we're just below Clinton, Iowa, which has a huge ADM plant. And then Albany, Illinois has a huge corn facility. That's fishing boat. Boys are out after the big flatheads now.
Ooh.
Walleye, flatheads,
And the flatheads are big.
and they're big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just down here a couple years ago. Well, it's been a little while now, but my brother-in-law pulled one up that was 55 pounds here.
Wow. Yep, that's big.
Yeah. So
definitely.
But it's quiet. We like quiet.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And looks like Dennis says he prefers the walleye for eating.
Yep.
I don't know. You can do a pretty good fish fry with some catfish if you know how to do them.
Yep. The other day, the neighbor had all his granddaughters here, and they were down on the beach all day long. And the girls fished all day, and they got enough to feed them 2 nights. Nice, 16 to 18 inch channel cats.
Wow.
And they fried them up. They're pretty good eating,
Right.
right?
Barb says she'd be fishing every night if she lived there.
I've fished her a lot, trust me. I've gotten into the walleyes here big time.
Yeah, I imagine so. And even the walleye are good size, I'm sure.
Yep. It's not unusual, 5 to 7 pounds. They only allowed one 28-inch or more. And when you start getting 7 pounds, they're starting to get that length. And then we got a slot limit from 18 to 28 is closed. 28, you can keep one. Everything 18 and under, you can keep. Well, just under 18. They watch that close too.
You grab one or two of them, it's time to start making some fillets and fire up the grill.
Yeah. Yep. A little breading and give them a fry.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Walleye's good stuff. White
Yep.
bass, walleye, largemouth, smallmouth. Yeah, from here north, it gets better and better and better. But you're looking over at Iowa, you're only seeing part of the river. That's all islands over there. That's all protected. Be nothing built back in there. That's all park. And growing up here, I spent my time back in those islands with Dad, and we bass fished and crappie. A lot
Oh,
of
there you
crappie.
go. Yeah. Yeah.
Springtime, good crappie fishing. And then midsummer, we're using fly rods and poppers, and got a lot of big bluegill back there too.
Hmm.
So that's
Man.
the upside of it. The
Yeah,
downside,
you guys are eating good on the river.
oh yeah, occasionally we flood. It's never. There's a stump right there that we cut off.
Yeah.
It's an ash tree, and the river has been right there all along this edge. So at that point, that's where you get a little nervous, but it has
Yeah.
never made it up to the house.
Thankfully.
Yep, thankfully.
Because, I mean, the Mississippi's one, she gets angry every now and then. And boy, when she gets angry, she gets angry.
Well, I've watched entire homes float by
Yeah.
from the
And
north of
it's
us.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate when it happens.
In
Very unfortunate.
1965 was the high water mark, but we matched it. When was that? 93? Yeah, we got right to it again, and that gets you nervous, and then it started a good solid drop. But yep. So
5 Mile Relic Hunter says Blue Cats is all he'll eat. Channels are nasty.
well, we're
All
above
depends
the
on how you clean them.
we're above the blue cat line here. They are not up here.
Ah,
No, you got to head south and get into blue cats.
right.
And about right there, you can't tell it, but there's another river that feeds in here that affects this pool a lot. It's called the Wapsipinicon. And at the
Oh
mouth of
yeah,
that river, I've detected back right in there because that was the first trading post ever recorded in Iowa in the late 1700s.
well that makes sense. I mean, and especially with a name like that, you can
It's
you can
nicknamed
tell.
after Nancy.
Yeah, I was going to say you can tell by the name. It's got Native American influence and probably right there good route for the fur trade being where it is, and
Yep.
in that time period, that was I mean the waterways were the interstates of today,
Yep.
especially the Mississippi.
Yep. A lot of fur trade. mostly to the north of here, but it was here also. And back into the 1600s, late 1600s, up around Prairie du Chien, Dubuque, those areas.
Ah. 5 Mile really kind of caught my attention there for a minute. I was like, wait a minute. He says he fishes Grand Lake, but it's Grand Lake in Oklahoma, not Grand Lake in Ohio.
There you go.
Because
So,
we've got a Grand Lake here too, 5 Mile.
but I've worked these beaches and pulled some pretty neat stuff off of them here because of the old steamboat landing over many years of detecting. It always seems to change, and it's fun and a lot of fishing, a lot of hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just never know what you may be surprised with next. Could be a hat badge, hat pin, could be a nameplate.
I found that hat pin. I've got it looking north, about 75 feet north of the end of the seawall, and
Oh,
it was
so literally right in your own backyard.
right in my own backyard. Yep. So guys, don't ever
Don't
discount
ever think
maybe in
it's
your yard.
yeah. And that, I mean, all the years of detecting you've done, that hat badge, the hat pin was not that long ago.
No, it wasn't. And
I want to say within what past 6 years, 5 years?
yep, yep. We had a real low water year, and Frank and I were grabbing the boat and we were going to different landings up and down here. And then this one, and then further north up near Albany, on up to Clinton, Iowa. Clinton has a long history in the actually Lyons, Iowa, in the timber business. They float huge rafts of cut log down for Weyerhaeuser, and then all the towns had button factories. Cordova had a button factory, and they clammed this, and that's where you get those nice mother of pearl buttons. But they've closed that; they don't allow it anymore, and the clams have made a good rebound because of it, because they were getting overworked. So someday we may have mother of pearl again.
Right.
But
Oh, and Frankie Juarez is giving out fish recipes in the chat.
there you go, Frankie. You tell them how it's done, buddy.
Yeah, told him, said take your bass and soak them overnight in a Ziploc bag with Italian dressing.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
So, but Frankie's been up here a lot. He's walked these beaches with me detecting. We found a K-bar knife, and it was a World War II model. I got that upstairs down here on the beach.
Oh, nice.
And it cleaned up nicely. It really did. I mean, it was rusty, but I got her cleaned up. K-bars are legendary for
Yeah.
lasting.
Yep. Durability and longevity.
And I found coins. I found walkers. I found barber dimes, barber quarters down here. And but my God, the bane of it all is people throw their beer cans into the fires when they're on the public beaches, and those things melt down to an aluminum nugget, and they roll. There isn't any weight to them, and every one of them sounds like a quarter, rings up like a quarter. So
Mm-hmm.
do I dig it or don't you? Well, I've been digging a bunch of them, and I was getting a little miffed at it, and I thought, well, I got one more, and it read 1 point higher than the aluminum. It had a little different sound, and it was a barber quarter. So, yeah, you just don't know.
Right.
Got to
Yeah.
dig a lot of that stuff.
Well, and it's like we say with the pull tabs and gold rings. I'd
Yep,
rather dig it than to wonder if I walked on a gold ring. And when you dig 200 pull tabs and then you hit that gold ring, it makes all those pull tabs worthwhile.
yes, it does. Yes, it does. So,
And those aluminum nuggets you can always, throw into a bucket, and a lot of people, they can probably take them into their local club and recycle them and put the money into the coffers or something.
Right. So, yeah, it's about sunset. We're coming up on it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But another reminder, folks, we're live on that raffle.
Yep, that's right. And I've dropped it.
Starting right now.
Yeah, and I've dropped it into the chat a few times. I haven't put down what it is for, but that is the information on the Manticore raffle. It's
Okay.
$10 a ticket.
Good. Perfect.
It's
So
got Bob's PayPal address, $10 a ticket, include name and number in memo, PayPal, friends, and family.
Yep. They're a good machine.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, one of our viewers just ordered one. I'm not saying who, but he just ordered one, and that's shipping to him. He knows who.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
No.
I mean, you can't beat them. They are a good machine. I wish they would have put shaft stops in it, but still, I mean, that thing, it collapses down so compact.
Yes, it does. It travels very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
It amazes me how compact that thing will collapse down to. I mean, it may even, as far as, collapsing down compact, it may even give a Deus a run for its money.
yeah, I think so. But it
It's
really breaks
very
down nicely, goes in the suitcase well.
and
The
super
power head,
lightweight.
yep. The control box fits into the carry-on because they like having you, if you've got a lithium battery, they like having that up top instead of down below. And it travels well. The
Yeah,
800 has a little longer setup, but that breaks down so nice.
yeah. And Randy DeMario wants to know, Chuck, will you be getting the D2 HF coils? He
Yes,
will when they come available.
they have not become available. I've talked with Robert down at distribution for them down in Texas. He hears about 20 phone calls a day asking for them, and that's
Right.
dealer. He's dealer only. So with that being said, yeah, it's coming. When? It's kind of like Christmas. It's a ways off, I think.
Yeah, it's anybody's guess. I know a lot of people out there would like to see them before
Mhm.
July, but uh,
We
just
can
like
hope.
any, yeah, just like any of the other manufacturers, they're not putting a hard release date.
Nope. No.
The
No.
manufacturers have been beat up too badly in recent years.
Yeah.
But yes, Randy, you absolutely can order it from Chuck, and we would appreciate that.
Yeah, I would. Always do. Always appreciate my customers out there. Try to
Yep.
give you good service and get you what you want when I can. But that's one that's on it's like a carrot on a stick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The news about it's out there, but it's slow and coming.
Yeah. I mean, right now, the HF coils are kind of like Santa Claus. Everybody's talking, but nobody's seeing.
Yep. And I think there's a few out in Europe, and the guys are seeing that and thinking they ought to be here too. But I think they were early releases so people could get.
Yeah, they could have been prototypes to work out the bugs. And people have got to remember sometimes there
Right.
is a little bit of preferential treatment on which country it gets released in first.
That's right.
And this is just purely speculative. I know that XP was having some discussion about where they were going to release the coil first. I do know that much.
Yep.
I think with all of the talks about the tariff wars, they were leaning more towards releasing first in the UK. That's just speculation. I can't
And
guarantee that.
I would think that would be sometime in August, right before they start picking over there so they can get them out in the fields.
Exactly. They want them out before the heavy hunting season.
Yep.
But it sounds like Randy says that Randy says understood, and the way it sounds, if he doesn't get on a waiting list with you, as soon as he finds out they are available, he will be contacting you, and we appreciate that.
Okay, Randy.
And
Well,
we like to see, everybody being successful in the field, and I'm sure Randy
right,
will be successful in the field.
right.
He's already successful in the field.
Yep.
We'll
Yes,
see,
he
Alan.
is. Alan, take care, buddy. Well, I'm going to get out of here because the gnats are hungry.
Oh, well, yeah, we can't have them carrying you off.
Well, they take chunks, man.
Yeah,
So, hey,
that's not good.
everybody have a good week. Be safe out there. Get out and find a bucket lister. Looking forward to seeing those of you making the trip to the hunt, and safe travels. And we'll be talking about that raffle. We'll be talking about anything else that comes up for the hunt. And
Yep.
hope you enjoyed the river as much as we do.
Yeah, and they're gonna enjoy it come swing into summer.
That's right. So thanks
There
for
you
having me
go.
on, my friend. All of you have a great night. Take care, okay?
You have a wonderful evening, Chuck. Stay safe.
Thanks, buddy. Night all.
All right. So yeah, definitely, Randy. We stay tuned. As soon as we know, we will let the viewers, listeners, followers know that the HF coils are available, and actually soon, hopefully soon, we will be hearing a little more about the HF coil, uh, as well as some news on a D2 that may be up for grabs at Swing Into Summer. We're waiting. We're wanting to get the word out there. We've alluded to it a little bit in past episodes here recently. And I could put all the information out there on it, but I would just feel a little better. I think I'm gonna let another person announce those details so that you can kind of get it directly from the horse's mouth, so to speak. And it'll be good to kind of touch base with that gentleman as well. Also, somewhere in the pipeline, we've got Gary Penta dropping in to join in with us and discuss the Swing Into Summer 25 patch that was designed by Gary. You folks may recall I shared a photo of that patch in a post on the Beyond Sight and Sound page, the Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, probably my timeline, and it's up as a thumbnail for the past episode that we talked about that it was the patch reveal. It's also as a thumbnail over on the podcast side as well for those that do follow the podcast. And we do appreciate those that do still follow the podcast. Want to make sure and acknowledge those as well, because the podcast analytics are doing very well. They're coming back strong after the hard restart. you could say, after the mass exodus from Spreaker. So, one more time as we're rolling out the information for the Manicore raffle. For those that may not be able to attend Swing Into Summer, you can still get yourselves a ticket, which, hey, you can't beat that. You know, a chance to buy in on a absolutely wonderful machine at a steal of a deal if you win. You can't turn it down. I mean, for the prices of those machines, what's it hurt? You know, drop $50, drop, maybe people don't have 50, you know, drop $10. I mean, you only got to have your ticket pulled once to win. And we know that the I Club would greatly appreciate it. And it lets Bob know that everyone's listening. Oh, I don't know. Also, a few episodes back, people may recall I had mentioned something about maybe doing a pop-up, you know, like a Friday or a Saturday night, just maybe a short little auction show. And when I went back to do the chat replay, I did not get to see the comments in the chat. I couldn't get the chat replay to work. If people are interested in something like that, let me know what you're interested in. Are you interested in tokens, coins, glass? Maybe we'll do a mix of things, you know, post up photos ahead of time, different things like that. Who knows? You know, maybe we'll just keep it to one of the groups or the pages or something instead of doing it here on YouTube. But still kind of trying to feel our way through that and see. I know there's a lot of other people doing a lot of other shows and things like that, so it does make it tough sometimes. But something that we're playing around with. Who knows? Either way, as always, you can join us here on the Beyond Sight and Sound channel over on YouTube, Beyond Sight and Sound page on Facebook, Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, all of the wonderful podcast distribution services out there that are still going strong for us, and we greatly appreciate that. Join us on one of them, all of them, or none of them. The choice is entirely up to you, but we're glad that you've joined us here tonight and got to enjoy a little slice of the Mississippi River while we tried to do some testing and work out whatever the IT glitch is that we're trying to get through on Chuck's side. Not much of an IT glitch on my side, but we are trying to get through it on Chuck's side, and we appreciate everyone for hanging in there with us as we take care of that. That's why he's been on his phone the past 2 episodes. So there is that. If you enjoyed the show, make sure and throw us a like. We always appreciate it, and it does help the algorithm as much as I hate to mention it. But it does help. And like I said, we appreciate it. For everyone else, if you can enjoy the weather, enjoy the weather. We hope that you enjoyed the beautiful weather on the shores of the Mississippi River tonight. For those that were viewing, obviously, for those on the podcast side, you may not have a clue what we're talking about, but If you come over to the YouTube side and check out the archive and replay it, you'll get to see for yourself. Stay safe. Find a bucket lister if you can. And maybe we'll see you on the next one. We're out of here. We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.